It's 4 o'clock on a Tuesday. You know what that means, don't you? It's time for another exciting episode of Taxi's Quarantini Happy Hour. Woo! Whoa, it's off. Woohoo! And welcome to the big show. Glad to be back after a short hiatus. Hello, everybody. Let's go say hi to the gang in the chat room. Hello. Haircut. Yes, I got a haircut this morning, and I haven't showered since I got it, so I've got little pokey things all over my neck. It's driving me crazy. How are you guys? Good to see you. I missed you over the last few days. Took the day off yesterday. Well, supposedly took the day off yesterday for Yom Kippur. It is itchy. I've got to say, it is itchy. But I plan on taking a shower and maybe even shaving after today's episode. So let's say hello to the gang. We've got Bob Gunnerfelt, Martin Gravel, Kristen Knight, Giovanni Lanza, Darren Moss, Kip Johnson, Jesse J. Peck, Dean Turner, Martin Gravel, did I say that already? Andre Stepanian, hello. Ewert Williams, Bonzo230, Bonzo, big smile on his face, saw his thing in the comments the other day. He was very appreciative that we listened to his stuff. How is the road rally prep going? I worked all day Saturday and all day Sunday at the office on that, and I'm going to give you guys a little update on that. Let's see. Hello, Mark Reel, Riney Bear, Lane Bell and Shrek. Peter Rahill, Alan McCool, John Pearson, hello, Pierre Venio. Anyway, the halo is quite present. Let me go. That looks like it's brighter than usual. Let's adjust the lighting. Oh, that's it. Oh, well. I don't know why that is. All other lighting is set where it's supposed to be. So let's see. What did I want to tell you? I had notes. Went to Yom Kippur. I fasted for a full 25 hours yesterday. I lost a half a pound. Probably water weight is my guess. Andre got his book. You're welcome, Andre. Which one did you get? I don't even remember now. God, we haven't done a book giveaway in a while. Saving up all the prizes for the road rally. Oh, I almost, did you notice I was like a minute late to start the show today? That's because I had my earbuds in and I was listening to about 30 seconds of music that I created in bed last night, Sunday night. I fired up Logic and went into the loop library and started building like a little disco track for 30 seconds just to get familiar with like where things are and a little bit of editing and that sort of stuff. Hello, Chuck Sadowski, Brad Gray, hey, Anthony, hello. Shortcuts to Hit Songwriting, great. You're going to love that book. Yeah, Logic, here we go. Oh, man. It's so addictive. There's so much to learn, but I very quickly figured out this disco stuff. Yeah, here, I'll play it for you, because I don't have a whole hell of a lot else to play on the show today, and I'm pretty sure I won't get dinged publishing-wise. Of course, this isn't mixed right. This is literally just me laying in tracks. Oh, it's going to sound dated. I can promise you it's going to sound dated. It sounds like a little bit BG-esque, I guess. I mean, it's 30 seconds long, so. Let's see. So there you have it. My little experiment with getting familiar with submit. Yeah, I did that. It literally took, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. It's all loops. How bad can it sound, you know? Uh, I was chuckling to myself because I intentionally tried to give it kind of a slinky Bee Gees vibe as I was doing it. And I was laying it all out and going, this is easy. Anybody can make records with this stuff if you just want to play, loops. No, that everything you heard was a loop. Everything. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it five. I went into it with the attitude of I'm doing this just to learn what the various buttons do when you click on them and how to drag stuff over. And I did a little editing and moving stuff around. Uh, You'd think you've been in the music industry for years. I was chuckling to myself, thinking that for somebody who really didn't know anything about like arrangement or production or anything, even as simple as the loops make it idiotically simple. I mean, seriously, you could take that, lay a couple of real instruments on there. Who the hell would know? But it does help that I've got a producer's ear and a screener's ear and all that stuff. What was that Patrice Russian song? I can't remember now. Right, submit, forget, and repeat. I'm just, I'm amazed by all the great stuff that's in the loop library. It's just does Pro Tools have all the same stuff or similar stuff that Logic has? I haven't even gotten into, like doing, it didn't have a stiff MIDI feel to it. Nice job. Thank you, JP. uh, Forget Me Nots by Patrice Russian. What's the. I can't think of what it's called. I'm not going to spend the whole episode on Logic today. I laughed to myself. I was literally laughing out loud as I was making this, and I was doing it all on the laptop speakers. I got to say, the speakers on the new MacBook Pros sound amazing for a laptop. They don't sound bad, period, but they sound amazing for a laptop. Yeah, I've never tried to build anything in Pro Tools. I've actually, years ago, I produced 3 tracks for an act that was on, oh God, what's the company Spielberg started with Geffen? DreamWorks. DreamWorks had a record label. Maybe they still do. I don't think it still exists. I think it got absorbed. Anyway, I did 3 tracks at a studio in North Hollywood for an act on DreamWorks. And we used, I want to say we recorded to a Studer multi-track and then bounced it over to Pro Tools. But the assistant was running the Pro Tools, so all I had to do was say, put this on track 4, and it was done. I definitely had fun. I was laughing, just going, oh my God, to do this in the studio. Now, granted, the strings don't sound great. I do like the fact that I've got the ascending or the descending line, then the ascending line, and then it's the straight pad. It would have taken, hours to do this, to get all the sounds and everything, and then get a good take, and just not that hard. Anyway, hello, Jan Weilage. I'm reading. Dan Weber says, "Hey Cass, how are you? Welcome back, buddy. Hope it was good. Must stay away from loops. I have no desire to learn how to use them. All that lot involves for libraries. I'm having too much fun making my own original melodies." Absolutely. So, Cass, how was it? When did you get home? You were gone for like, what, a week or 10 days or something? Ooh, Jim Stamper's got the cool emojis there. Wow, Scott Hansen would love to share an experience he had this week. I approached an EDM artist to remix one of my songs, a complete success, something I would not have tried before I started hanging out with Taxi. Well, there you go. Rejoice. You were gone for a month? Really? It felt like it was like 10 days. Wow. I assume that you had a neighbor watching the goats? Yeah, I haven't even messed around with the sampler, any of that stuff yet. Um, but I will. But after the road rally. So here's what's going on with the road rally. Let me see if I can find that document that I worked on. Ooh, why is that up there? Uh, there's my road rally to-do list, which keeps getting longer, not shorter. I'm not seeing it. I tried to print it before, but our printer remains out of ink. If I had a brain in my head, I would have gone to the store this weekend and loaded up on some ink. But I did not do that. Bum, 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 maybe it's in the Road Rally 2020 folder. Down, not there. Here we go. Okay. So remember that these things are all just me figuring out the timings of things and what goes well and which part of what day, and where we might slug in some sponsor stuff and what the sponsors' desires are for where they want to be. So all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm up to like midday on Sunday right now. So Friday, day one, broadcast one, link number one, because we will be giving out different links to different panels. 9 to 9:05, welcome to the rally. Title card with theme music and voiceover, cross dissolved to one talking head, me, delivering welcome speech, thanking sponsors, of course, blah, blah, blah. 9:05 to 10:29, keynote interview, The War of Art with best-selling author Stephen Pressfield. We're taking between many of these, we have 15-minute breaks, for bathroom breaks and sticking food in my face, but more importantly to get the next batch of panelists seated and linked up and all that kind of stuff. 10:45 to 11:59, and I haven't even told him about this yet, but if I can make six figures doing this, anybody can, with Taxi member Matt Vanderboe. Followed right after that by a 30-minute sponsor video, followed by how music is chosen and used in reality shows with a TV editor who I will not name yet. Different one than we've had the last couple of years, but and the bummer is, doing it virtually like this and broadcasting it on YouTube, I can't take a 5-minute segment of a reality show and have the editor show what he or she is doing, because we had to jump through hoops just to get permission to use that music last year and to use the video of an episode, even though it was a past episode. They really don't want people who are not associated with the show having clips of the show. Hello, Alex Dillon. Okay, So that's that. Then you guys are going to like this. From 1:45 p.m. to 2:59 p.m., instrumental music speed critiques with panelist A, panelist B, and panelist C. Title card, theme music, voiceover introducing panelist A, B, and C. Cross-dissolved to split screen with 4 equal-sized frames. 3 panelists will all be remote. Laskow will be in the studio. Laskow upper left frame. Doesn't matter which frames the others are in. Play a number of music cues from the broadcast studio. And the panelists will hear the cues in real time, give feedback after hearing each one, then on to the next. Laskow thanks panelists at the end. Ask the audience to stick around for the sponsor session that will follow. See that? A lot of detail goes into this stuff. After that is another sponsor thing. Then from 3:30 to 4:29, how independent film music supervisors choose and use music. I can't make up my mind if I want to have 2 music soups or 1 on that. But it's an hour. Hello, El Rosso. Then followed by 4:45 to 5:59 TV and film speed critiques, song critiques with panelists A, B, and C. Same kind of deal as before. I don't need to read you all the notes. 6 to 7 o'clock is the Road Rally Showcase, sponsored by Music Pro Insurance. Day number 2, 9 to 10:15 a.m. is Instrumental Speed Critiques 2 with panelists A, B, and C. 10:30 to 11:29 using rises, drops, bramps, and found sounds in trailers, instrumentals, and cues with Randon Purcell. Followed by 30-minute sponsored thing, followed by What Genre Is Your Song with Robin Frederick from 12 to 12:59. Followed by 12:15 to 1:30 TV and film song speed critiques 2 with panelists A, B, and C. Followed by broadcast 15 at 1:45 p.m. writing competitive country songs with, and I'm not going to tell you yet, followed by a sponsored thing, followed, and these guys just found this out an hour ago. I'm putting stuff in because I know these people will say yes unless they, the running joke, the road rally is everybody, oh man, there's a squirrel right in the middle of the yard. The running joke is, oh, I've got a bar mitzvah that day. I've got a wedding that day. Nobody's going to any bar mitzvahs or weddings. Well, maybe by November, but not looking good. Hello, Aaron Northern. Only got a minute. Okay, well, good to see you. Bye. Show's over. Let's see. 5 o'clock to 5:59. Breaking into songwriting camps with Hookman. He doesn't know he's doing it yet, but he will. Broadcast number 19, 6 to 7 p.m. The Road Rally Showcase, sponsored by Music Pro Insurance. Sunday, day 3, 9 o'clock to 9:59. Organizing your track, songs, alt mixes, and stems with Keith LeBrant. Again, I don't think he knows he's doing it. I think I said to him, hey, I want you... That squirrel is literally sitting up on his haunches looking at me. All right, you guys got to see this. Yeah, let me get rid of this before I do it. This is hysterical. David Letterman and Johnny Carson never had to deal. Can you see him? Look right over that ceramic pot on the table. He's like kind of in line at 1 o'clock compared to the ceramic pot. What a little... No, never mind, I won't say it. Come on, get down there. There you go. He's still sitting there looking at me. Well, at least he doesn't have a tomato in his face this time. Oh, man. That squirrel. Oh, man. It's ready for combat. I think he is. He's bored now. He's walking away. All right, where did that document go? There it is. Okay, 10:15 to 11:14 on Sundays. Professionals don't make these mistakes. Neither should you. With Shannon Quisenberry, Beth Wernick, and Angela McCool. I have so many other things. That's all I've got so far. I'm trying to find out if I can do the Bee Gees thing with the Bee Gees co-producers that are my friends. Oh, he's back on his haunches again. That's the funniest thing. Um, I don't know. I mean, it's okay if they tell me, okay, you can't monetize this, big deal. I don't care. But what I do care about is if they block the video due to publishing issues. So we're trying to get that worked out, but trying to get a hold of anybody at Universal Music Pub that can actually, I've got everybody's working remotely still here in LA. Although I was at our office earlier today and like 95% of the parking lot is full. They have unlocked the front doors to the buildings. I think that everybody's back at work. But when I got home, I looked online and it says non-essential offices shouldn't be open. Yet there aren't that many law offices in our thing. Well, fair use protocol, you would think. But you know what I learned about fair use is you can't just reach out to YouTube and say, hey, this is fair use. It's for educational purposes. They will ding you. You will get a cease and desist letter, a takedown letter, not from them, but from Universal Music Pub. And if you don't, then you end up in a courtroom. You can only make a fair use claim once you've actually been sued. You can't proclaim something fair use and then kind of pre-litigate it with you and the publisher. They will say, nope, it's not fair use. Let's go to court and let the court decide if it was. Karen Brasher, I'm a taxi member now. I saw that over the weekend. I was looking at the new joiners and I saw you. Congratulations. Welcome aboard to our little band of misfits. Yeah, fair use doesn't work on YouTube. I agree, El Raso. A lawyer's picnic. Yeah. I'll tell you about squirrels if it's a long tail. Woo-hoo. Anyway, so that's what I've got down so far. Nothing else to tell you. What's up with you guys? Florida just opened back up, back to normal. That's great. Where do you live in Florida? Jesse, I thought you live in by San Diego, don't you? Not in Florida. No cases in Hong Kong. All will open up October 1st. Wow, Darren Moss got a forward to a European media company through Taxi last week for an original Christmas song. Thanks, Taxi. You are welcome. Wow, Peter Rahal finally got around to recording his first mando. I'm guessing you mean mandolin tune I composed in 1972. Oh, that's right. You're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Hello, Crash Gates. Wow. Bars are open in Sarasota and nobody wearing a mask. That means 2 weeks from now we'll hear about an outbreak in Sarasota. Question, there's a new listing for hip-hop instrumentals, does not specify any song time, you mean instrumental length. Do you suggest submitting whole tracks 3 to 4 minutes? I would say 2 to 3 minutes, probably a safer bet. Ooh, that's right. Tonight, the big debate. Can't miss that. Gonna make some popcorn. Might even have like a beer or something. This is going to be great television no matter which way it goes, I have a feeling. Vegas is still very locked down. That's interesting. going to be a music video with Irish set dancers worth every penny. Is that the name of the song, or you're saying the dancers are worth every penny? My guest says, writing a percussive cue tonight for a listing, but got to cook dinner for three and watch the debate. Think I need to be suspenseful, curious, and angry. Oh, man. Pierre predicts a technical knockout on the second round. Wow, it's 3 a.m. when the debate starts. Are you in Italy, Giovanni? Alex Dillon asks a question a lot of people want to know the answer to. If you write a cue and they say 45 seconds to 90 seconds, but yours is a minute, do you think you'll still be accepted? It probably says in the listing about 45 seconds to 90 seconds. I would have to see exactly what the listing says word for word. But generally speaking, they will say about, X amount of time to X amount of time, give or take. The question is, how much are you going to give or take? When something says 90 seconds is like the window, could you do 97 seconds? Yes. I mentioned this the other day, that we had a screener that started returning stuff. I think it was a new screener some years ago, was returning really good music because the listing said 60 to 90 seconds long. And he I think it was he actually returned one that was like 91 or 92 seconds long. And we said, no. That's now not how this works. He said, but the listing says 90 seconds long. Well, first of all, if you hear a piece of great music, it's a couple seconds long, forward it. But then we started changing the way we write the listings so that we never encountered that mistake again. It wasn't a mistake on his part. He just took it overly literally. So now the listings say about. Now, Bonzo's not missing. He's here somewhere. I saw him. 9 a.m. in Hong Kong. So is Hong Kong the same time zone as Melbourne? Okay. Dan Weber says, I'd rather watch 4 hours of quarantining than the boring debates. I don't think these debates are going to be boring. I really don't. I don't know what to expect. I just don't think boredom will be a result. Oh, how is The Boys? I almost started that series the other night. I've heard it's good. Yeah, Giovanni Lanzi's nailing. He says about 2 minutes means a minute 50 to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. What's the debate? Oh, it's a first presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Tequila Tuesday should make the debates better. Yeah, I don't think this will be one that anybody will be sleeping through. I remember the one with is it Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. That one was worth sleeping through. Not very exciting, if I do say so myself. No, we just can't, John. We can talk about politics. We just can't take a side or argue points. But we can say stuff like the debate is going to be like the Super Bowl. It is. I'm telling you. I want to invite a bunch of people over to watch it, and I think it would be awesome to have people who, Republicans and Democrats here, or Trump lovers or Biden lovers, and just watch the popcorn start to fly. But I want to have to clean up the house after everybody goes home. Plus, we could really only have like one other couple over. So our synagogue had services outside in a parking lot. They made like this giant tent that probably seated, oh, excuse me, I'd say somewhere around 75 people, and all the seats were 6 feet apart going this way. Oh, I should look at myself. I can do that now. 6 feet apart this way and 6 feet apart that way. Didn't stress me out. They had fans mounted in the ceiling, and it was hot. When we went there for Rosh Hashanah, and it was like 95 degrees outside, it was damn hot sitting in a parking lot, even though the tent was white. Then we went back. There's an evening service for when Rosh Hashanah ends and you break the fast and everything. And it was actually kind of nice. I ended up standing outside of the tent under the stars, and it cooled down. It was nice. Tent revivals, there you go. Yeah, they probably had to call it a peaceful protest to get it by the city that they were allowed to do it. But, everybody was like super careful, wearing masks. They had hand sanitizer everywhere. Every time somebody picked up a book to use, they would sanitize their hands before they picked it up, sanitize their hands after they put it down. So all good. It was peaceful. I was very proud of the rabbi and his staff. It's a pretty small synagogue, and I'm sure they don't have a lot of budget. And I was very proud. I made a point telling the rabbi that I was very proud of them for setting it all up and executing it well, and for everybody behaving themselves. It was nice. I just saw a clip yesterday of the debate with Reagan and Walter Mondale, where he said, "I'm not going to exploit my with my opponent's youth and inexperience." That was hysterical. I don't know if he wrote that beforehand or after, but it was just awesome. I was on the phone with another industry friend of mine about a half hour before I did Taxi TV today, and I said, "Are you going to watch the debate tonight?" And he said, "Of course." And he said that he personally doesn't like Donald Trump's personality. And I said, "Yeah, personality is an issue for a lot of people." He said, "But the one good thing he did bring was that he stirred the pot so much that everybody is now paying attention to politics." And I think that there's value in that. I don't get how we can all use ATM and credit card pads 100 times a week, but can't use voting machine once every 4 years. I've got to say, I'm confused by this whole mail-in ballot thing. I was talking with somebody in the staff the other day about it. Again, not taking a political side, but you go so many places. You go to some grocery stores, there's a line out front. I just don't see that there's any greater risk going to a polling place and casting your vote. It depends which news you watch. I try to watch three. I will watch Fox News, CNN, and MSNBC virtually every day, and because I want to hear it from all sides. And I've got to say, stuff is getting reported on Fox News, and they're showing evidence of it. It's not they're just making the stuff up. That's not getting reported on the other networks about ballots being found and ballots being misprocessed and blah, blah, blah. To what extent, I don't know. But, if you're talking, I don't know, 100 million ballots or something, and, it's like 2% of them are messed up, that's 2 million ballots. So I personally would rather see us all going to polling places. But I have several friends who are still so deathly afraid of COVID that I was talking to a friend on Saturday that goes to the grocery store. He orders his groceries. This is a friend of mine for 40 years. We know each other super well. We used to work together for probably 3 or 4 years in the studio back in the day. He's not insane. He's not a, like some sort of strange person. He's very normal. But he orders his groceries online, puts on a mask and gloves, goes to the grocery store in his car, pulls up out front, presses the trunk button, the lid pops up, they drop the groceries into his trunk, and then he drives away and then brings the food home. So he's staying extra safe. Yeah, asthma and COPD folks need to be careful like that. Uh, yeah, we won't talk about candidates. We can talk about ballots or polling places. We can talk about how fun the debates will be tonight, but we don't express our preferences because I don't want this to break out into a war. Um, Bring your own Q-tips to the polling place and wear a mask. What are the Q-tips for? I'm curious. Would the infected be allowed to go to the polling place? Don't know. Hello, Ronald Schultz. I don't know. You know what? But you could ask the same question. Are the infected allowed to go to the grocery store? I'm sure that people go to the grocery store that don't know they're infected. And that's why um, last night we went to break the fast after Yom Kippur was over. And there were, I think, 3 couples sitting outside around a table. And they were talking about, they were making fun of people. What one of the couples, or the husband or the wife, and one of the couples saying, "And what is up with these people driving in a car wearing a mask with nobody else in the car? The masks are not capable of filtering out the COVID coming in. The masks are there to prevent spittle from going out and landing everywhere, and other people inhaling it, or you get some spittle on an eggplant in the grocery store, you sneeze." And then the next person picks up the eggplant, brings it home, doesn't wash it off in hot soapy water, and next thing you know, you got the COVID. So I don't know, but I mean, the grocery store is such a great example. We've all pretty much, except for my friend who does the drive up and dash thing, we've all been going to grocery stores. We go to Target, we go to wherever. We wash our hands, we wear our mask, we use hand sanitizer. We don't stand right next to somebody and look at a can of beans in the grocery store. Some people do. There are still a few people that go to the grocery store and don't wear a mask. But it just seems like common sense that you would apply at the grocery store would be the same common sense that you would apply at a polling place. Right? Am I nuts? Oh, use Q-tips on the voting machines. That's a good idea. El Raso, again, from an outsider, I want you to think about the following. Who do you want in charge of launching nukes? Well, you could say neither. That always seems to be the case, that like neither candidate is like, love that guy or love that lady or whatever. Um, I don't go anywhere unless I need beer. Good advice, Riney. Yeah, stores require masks upon entry. Kara says common sense is not all that common these days. That's true too. What's going to be the theme song for 2021? You mean for Quarantini or Taxi TV or what? The COVID. Yeah, well, when you get the flu, people call it the flu. So there you go. That's why I call it the COVID. Yeah, not allowed in stores here in the U.S. either. Well, at least in many states. I don't know, maybe some states that haven't been as affected. Darren Fletcher says, I'm not nuts, thank you, assuming you're talking to me. Our stores used to have people, our grocery stores, a big chain in Southern California called Ralph's. Ralph's and Vaughn's are the two big grocery store chains. And they used to have somebody out front, and they would have a little line. They'd say, okay, next two customers, please. And they would spray the handles on the shopping carts and wipe them down. And you'd say, thank you very much. Take your cart and go in. Now the shopping carts are just sitting out there. There's nobody, controlling how many people are in the store. The store looks just as busy as always. I'm relatively germophobic. I'm careful even when there's not the COVID around. Because I've gotten sick on airplanes before. I've got really sick one time in a hotel room in Nashville. So, yeah, I am the kind of guy that will wipe down my seat area on an airplane, wipe down everything that I could possibly touch in a hotel room. Because you don't know, somebody had the flu and just checked out an hour before you got there. So as relatively germophobic as I am at the road rally, I go up to my room as often as I can and sanitize. I keep a bottle of sanitizer stashed behind the stage, in the ballroom. So, I'm like a 6.5 or a 7 on a scale of 10, I would say. And with that, I'm just not that scared of going out, and I am of a certain age where they say, who knows what the hell to believe anymore, but, I'm over 65 now, and but I just saw some great statistics the other day that deaths from COVID, I don't know if this is U.S. only or worldwide, but I'm sure they were on the CDC site, so pretty sure it was U.S. people. But the survivability, if you Google survivability rates COVID by age group, I think it was 0 to 19, you stand a 99.9997 chance of surviving. The next age group, whatever it was, 19 to 34 or something, you stand like a 99.95% chance. Even if you're my age, you stand like a 99.5%. I mean, when you think about the number of people in the United States, which is over 300 million, I think 320 million, and I know I don't mean it to sound horrible, but we've had little over 200,000 people that have passed away from COVID. I don't know what the math is on that, but it's got to be like less than 1/10 of 1%, right? So it's really awful for the people who passed away and their loved ones, no doubt about that. But is it as rampant and scary? Didn't we have the H1N1, whatever it's called, flu some years ago, and 60 million people in America were infected. So I think, I don't know how many people we're up to that are infected in the U.S. right now. Over 1 million deaths worldwide. Yeah, but what did the H1N1 flu or whatever that was called? Anyway, I wish everybody would apply common sense. Yeah, we don't understand the long-term effects of COVID. That's true. We didn't understand the long-term effects of measles, that it could result in shingles and psoriasis and all kinds of other crap for the rest of your life. Personal negative ion generator, that's what we need. Riney says 3 million children died of hunger this year. That's a problem worth fixing. Yeah, senior homes were bad. Man, boy, what a huge mistake they made in New York. I worry about the whole grocery delivery thing. I mean, you don't know. I guess you eliminate the possibility of, touching a grapefruit and then rubbing your eyes, and the person, somebody else 20 minutes ago touched the grapefruit and was infected. I don't know. Okay, 60.8 million H1N1 deaths. Try and absorb that for a minute. So 60 times more deaths from H1N1. Did anybody wear a mask or get locked out of their office or not allowed to go to a movie theater or any of that stuff? I'm not saying this politically. I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head around on what to believe or why certain things are done certain ways. I don't know. Maybe we learned something from H1N1 and that's why everybody's being so paranoid now. Yeah, Darren says 200,000 deaths with lockdowns and restrictions. Flu's just ripped through the community. Not an apples for apples comparison. But maybe, who knows? Maybe those 60 million deaths wouldn't have happened if we locked down during that. But if we lock down every time something like this happens, it's going to be, what was the movie with Mel Gibson? Cass is talking about riding his motorcycle without a helmet. Yeah, no seatbelts. Uh, Mad Max, thank you. Yeah. There is something to be said about a healthy economy, but obviously nobody wants to have to make that decision and do the trade off. Healthy economy or more dead people? We're going to be in perpetual lockdown. Grab your mask. Oh, look, a squirrel. And a squirrel took off. It is funny, though, how the animals seem to be on some sort of timetable. They must know that when I'm in the house, I squirted a squirrel with the hose the other day. That was kind of funny. It looked very skinny when wet. Wow, Giovanni saw a site that's an Italian site that's presented to work like taxi. I went to check it. I made all things they asked, and then I checked how many requests. 11 in 3 years. Wow. Did Mad Max take place in 2021? If it did, it might be totally appropriate. Just saying. So, what can we talk about? Yeah, what's the word for taxi in Italian, Giovanni? It is one of the 9 universal words known all over the world, so it might be taxi there. I don't know. A Vespa, not a taxi, exactly. I love Vespas. They're the coolest looking things. Oh man, what did I see? I got to show you guys this. Where did I put that? Okay, just in case you guys want to know what you can get me for my birthday in 11 months, one of those. It's basically a quadcopter and a motorcycle. It rides on propellers and a cushion of air, does 150 miles an hour. And look at that. Just in case you want to check it out, go to Airborne Motorworks, AIRBORNE, motorworks.com. And there you go. That just looks so cool. That's for somebody. If you find out that you have a terminal illness and you want to spend the last few months of your life living on the edge, buy that. Yeah, no kidding, Liz. That thing is awesome. Andre's going to return the fishing rod. He got me. No, don't do that. Um, use it to retrieve my remote controls out of the trees. Handy. Oh, that's a great idea, Martin. I should fire up the drone and chase squirrels with the drone. That's a good idea. I do have a drone. I've actually like four of them. Yeah, I did keep my birthday quiet. It was on. Actually, I don't want to say when it was because I shouldn't give out that information. You know, my first name, my last name. People easily figure out my address, my birthday. I mean, I might as well give out my social security number. But yeah, it was earlier this month. I was just reading up. We've wanted to go to Florida. One of my four daughters lives in Orlando, and my wife has never seen Miami, where I used to live. She's never been to Criteria. She's like I could care less, honey. But she would be impressed if she saw it, and it would make me feel good to show her where I started out as a little puppy in the industry. So for like a year now, we've wanted to go to Florida and start out in Miami and drive up the coast, and then go inland a little bit, and go to Orlando and visit our daughter and son-in-law and grandsons. Um, can I hold my signature up to the camera? No. Anyway, so I was looking at various snook fishing places up and down the coast of Florida, and I've got to say, anywhere like from Miami up to what was it called, Fort Pierce, look good. I can't remember the names. Anyway, we will definitely be stopping for 48 hours somewhere mid coast so I can go snook fishing. Thank you, Mark Reel. Yep, the snook. I have not had snook sashimi. That's hard to say. Snook sashimi. That'd be a great name for a rapper. Could you imagine a Japanese rap artist named Snook Sashimi? Oh, man. Yeah, I need to fish. That's one thing. I need to eat sushi. One thing I'm not loving about the lockdown. We could get takeout sushi, but, I don't know. There's just something about going to a sushi restaurant, sitting at the bar, and kibitzing with the chefs behind the bar, especially when they get to know you over a period of time. My wife gets embarrassed. We've been going. There's a sushi restaurant that's like 30 seconds from our house. And it's been through about four owners in the 20 years that we've lived here, but we've known two of the staffs that have worked there really well. The first one, it was, I think, three guys from Korea that started. They were like, Japanese and Korean. And their English was not so good yet, but the joy that these guys took in making you happy with sushi, and they were so much fun. But every time you walk in the door, it's like, hey, whatever they say in Japanese. And it's embarrassing because everybody in the restaurant turns around and looks at you. So it's not like you could go out for a cozy, quiet dinner with your wife. And when is McDonald's going to offer a mixed snook? Never. You can't sell it commercially. And you can only keep one per day, I believe, is the limit. And it's got to be, I think, over 28 inches long. Wow. You tied 1,000 ties, Andre, and still have 1,000 more to go? What kind of flies are they? What's the hatch? Is there a hatch now in the fall? Darren Moss. Boy, you're on a roll today, Darren. The concept album idea, replace the word look with snook. The snook of love. Don't snook back in anger. The way you snook tonight. That sounds dirty. A twist and snook. Oh, man. Snook me all night long. Florida, where the men are and the snook are nervous. Snook keeper size, 28 to 32 inches. Wow. That's pretty limiting. They don't want you. They got wiped out by commercial fishing, I think, back in like the 50s and 60s, maybe. And they've been making a pretty strong comeback. I mean, even when I lived in Florida in the 70s until 82, and that's when I was involved in a lot of snook fishing, they were pretty rare and hard to find back then. If you caught one, it was a big deal. Now, apparently, they're much less rare, but I guess they're still protecting them, which is good. Giovanni just made a post about taxi. That's good. I hope it was a nice one. Snook me, baby, one more time. There you go. Your snook isn't strong enough. You got to return from taxi. Good one, Cass. Every day I write the snook. Cod is making a comeback in the North Atlantic. If only cod, it doesn't taste bad. It's really salty though, right? Oh, so there's no hatch. They don't eat in the river. They just bite out of juvenile instinct. A lot of youngsters bite. One of our grandsons had a problem with biting everybody at his school. She's got the snook. Oh, man. All right, well, we got a couple of minutes left to go, and I want to remind you, first of all, give us a like, smash that like button. God only knows. OMG is going to become OMC. Juvenile snook equals snooky. Yeah, I was offended when that girl on MTV, she repulsed me personally, didn't like the snooky. But the fact that her name was Snooky, it's like turned me off to the fish for a while there. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Quarantini. So today's Tuesday. So let's do today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. Okay? So we'll do 3 Quarantinis, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. And Thursday, I'm going to make that a solid road rally day because I've got to get some of this stuff. I've got to get the little video animation intros built for the ins and outs and that kind of stuff. So a lot to do. All right, JP, be well. See you. What did I say? Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday? Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Andre's going fishing on Thursday all day then. There you go. Take me. Man, I can't wait till can travel again. I am definitely coming up to fish with you, Andre. All right, you guys. Great to see you. Yes, would you please, please, please go hit the comment area after the show and give me some ideas about what we can talk about tomorrow. I don't want to talk about logic. I don't want to talk about fishing. Let's talk, hit me with some questions. Okay, that was great last week when you guys gave me a bunch of questions and I could answer good stuff. You guided Steve Zahn, the actor? Wow. Learn your scales. Oh, ho, ho, that's funny. You got my goat with that one, Cass. All right, you guys, be well. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you again. Well, great to see your names. Anyway, I think it was great seeing me, right? See you tomorrow, 4 o'clock, right back here for another exciting episode of Taxi's Quarantini Happy Hour. Woo-hoo! Yeah, watch the debate. It's going to be fun. Make some popcorn. Maybe shots of tequila.